We're going to discuss the Dr. Tim's Bio Pellet. Pellet Master 3. This is a Pellet Master 3, about 8 inches across and about 15 inches tall. Pretty good size. I'll get in here. It's going to be a little noisy, obviously, with the running water, but you can actually see it operating there. The calc washer, of course, is up here. It's a pretty large system. I've got, what, 215 gallons flowing through this system. I've got a 900 milliliter mark there where he says is the maximum for 300 gallons. I've got more fish in here than normal, being I had the different sump previously that was supposed to take care of all that and didn't. So obviously it's fluidized too, so it's not quite as much as you're thinking. It's probably around, in fact yesterday, it's been running for 5 weeks. There was no slime in there like you get with some of these bio pellets, the Ecotech or the Reef Dynamics that constantly clog your reactor. This one here, you can see I've got it churning. It's churning pretty good, not hard. I did operate this one a little softer previously, and the very center there got hard and clogged in between. It never turned black, but it got hard. I had to take it apart, break it up, and clean it. So now I've got it running slightly faster, and it's operating fabulously. Never had a bio pellet reactor operate like this one. I've had a Reef Dynamics, which clogged every week and a half. Had a Reef Octopus, which constantly clogged. This one here, no clogs. So Dr. Tim knows what he's doing. And you can see on top there, it does say Dr. Tim's Aquatics. Upside down, of course. And then I've got it sitting on a little rubber base there. Just a little one. Keep it off the stand floor. No reason not to. I've got, again, about 13-ish hundred milliliters of pellets flowing there for what I've got. My phosphate was pretty high. It's starting to come down. Got it down to about 30.3 or so parts per million, which is still too high, but it is coming down. And the nitrate is still over 10 parts per million, so I'm bringing that down. You don't want to do anything fast in a reef aquarium. You want to do it slowly, so I'm trying to operate that portion slowly. I can show you where all this supply comes from. So I have my pump here. That's the return pump. It's a Water Blaster HY 7000. Come off there with a 1-inch hose. Hit a 1-inch T. See that T? Or a Y if you want to be technical. It's a Y. And the right hand side is the return. So that's got the check valve, and then the 2 lines that go up into the base of the aquarium. And then the upper one goes 3/4, and I have it reduced to, or 1 inch up to 3/4. I have it reduced to 3/4. This hose got a 3/4 ball valve for adjustment. I have true union ball valve, both sides. Don't want to skimp here. And then I've got 3/4 hose down into the center. So the water flows down into the center of the stem, and then runs up at the base, runs up. There are little holes in the sides there. I don't know how close I'm going to be able to get. Probably not too terribly close. That's about as close as I'm going to get. There are little holes in the side right next to the plexiglass wall that push the pellets up from the outside. And then of course all of that returns, goes through that screen just to keep the pellets in, and then returns back through that hose up to the left. I've just got it hooping over here, and it goes down into the sump, and I just have it running underneath the socks actually in the sump. So as simple as a bio pellet reactor gets. They're not really hard. My preference over carbon dosing. Probably every 2 months or so I'll be adding about 300 or 400 milliliters of pellets. It'll eat up about 1/4 of it. Some people say 6 to 9 months. I like consistency. I don't like inconsistency. I had about 1,200 in there, 1,200 milliliters, and I had about 750, 800 when I just worked on it yesterday. It's been 5 or 6 weeks. So, of course, when they rub together, they probably wear down a little bit. No slime. The best part about these pearls, these are Dr. Tim's pearls, no slime. They don't slime all over everything. I've had other biopellets, and I've already mentioned them, the Reef Dynamics and the Ecobac. They scratch the reactor, they slime on everything, there's slime in the output hose, slime all over the place. So I just wanted to give you a look at what I'm doing for denitrification and then removing phosphate, because GFO just seems to put rust all over in the sump and in the pump and everything else. In the pads, everything that you've got grinding together, there's always seems to be a little rust. So right now I'm preferring the biopellet method. Anyway, that's your look at the Dr. Tim's Pellet Master 3 reactor. Take care.